Yes, sir. I'm here, guys. We're gonna get it started. We gotta talk about it. Yesterday was very interesting. It was very interesting yesterday. Got a few things to talk about. We did good, especially with the members. Gotta talk about it. I switched that last game, but we gonna get into it. But if anybody ignored that pick and still went with the original, just for the members, we basically went 100%. Right? We're here, baby. We here, baby. And that's true, Dancing Poppy. You right. My fault on that one. We gonna get into that. You right. All right. Welcome to another episode of Is It Rigged? Is it scripted? Is it fixed? I don't know. I really don't know. But for all you guys watching, you tell me. We gotta talk about it, right? First off, for the members, shout out to y'all. Let me just get straight to it, right? We basically had another week of sweeping the board, right? Until I did one of them. Okay, Saturday, right? What do we have, guys? We had Texas. Oh, wait, hold on. There you go. We had Texas on Saturday, right? 1. We had Utah, right? 1. Now what we had with the NFL? We had Bears, right? Crazy ass rigged game. You guys know that, right? Crazy ass rigged game. We won. 49ers, without a doubt, we won. Steelers I told you guys take the +3.5, right? Plus 3, get an extra point, make it 3.5. Well, shit, they won outright. Without a doubt. Who else do we have? We had the Patriots versus Atlanta Falcons. What do I always say? Be careful with the 5.5, right? 5.5. Atlanta Falcons covered. Right? Let's see what else. Yeah. And last but not least, you guys can confirm it. I emailed and I texted you guys and I said what? The Bills with a +1.5. Did I not say that the first time? Right, chat? You guys know that. Did I not say that the first time? And what did my stupid ass do? Somebody tell me what my stupid ass did. Somebody tell me what my stupid ass did on Sunday morning. Well, you guys don't gotta say it. I'll say it. I went and I switched the pick from the Bills to the Kansas City Chiefs. Dumbest shit ever. Oh God. Now, if there's anybody that made their picks before Sunday morning, then basically you guys won. You guys get what I'm saying? So if there's anybody that made their picks on Saturday morning before Sunday, you basically won, assuming that you did a parlay. Let me say that too. Right? Let me say that too. This is assuming if you did a parlay. I'm talking to everyone that actually did that, all of those picks and put them into a parlay. Now, if you did individual picks, right? If you did individual picks, then you ain't sweating it. We damn near almost cleared the board. And once again, if you made your picks before Sunday, before I gave you that pick, before I switched it to the Chiefs, then you're good, because I had three people, two on Twitter and one emailed me, is saying that they actually won, and they took the Bills. They took my original picks, so that's good. So we still, but I still want to take, like, I don't want to go 100% with it, because that I still switched, and it's on record that I switched. But for anyone that still took it with the Bills originally, we swept the whole fucking board. A lot of people, there's some people that took the Sunday pick, and I apologize for that stupid ass pick, that switch pick. And you know what it was? I didn't even go with my own gut. You know where I went wrong? I didn't want to sit there and email you guys again. You want to know why? Because what do I always say? It's something that I always say. Whenever you watch pregame, I was watching NFL Network. They were not celebrating, but talking about Patrick Mahomes too much. In the chat, what do I usually tell you guys whenever a sports league talks about a certain team so much on game day? What usually happens? In the chat, somebody put it in the chat right now. In the chat right now, just say it. All I need is one person. Whenever they talk about a certain team on game day too much, what usually happens, y'all? Please tell me. In the chat real quick. L, there you go. Oh God. They usually lose. Now, I saw that after I gave the pick, though. So I mean, come on. If I would have saw that prior, I wouldn't have did that. Right? I wouldn't have did that. But anyway, we're gonna talk about that, because you guys know the topic of today's. Will the Kansas City Chiefs make the playoffs? Based on what we saw yesterday, it's just set up for them to win the playoffs, and we're gonna get to that. So, but I tell you this. Also, I don't feel bad. This is something that I did on Thursday. For those that's watching, I did this one on Thursday. This wasn't even Sunday. This was like a private parlay for me or whatever. I mean, I don't feel too bad about this one. Boom. Y'all see that right there on the screen, right? I did a little six leg, right? 6-leg parlay. And you see the odds, plus 33.66, ironically. I took the Blue Jays that day. You want to know why I took the Blue Jays that day? Y'all remember when Magic Johnson was saying whoever wins that game, prior to him saying that? I mean, yeah. When he said that game that night, I took the Blue Jays, even though he's one of the owners of the Dodgers. Or he's part of the Dodgers, right? He said whoever takes control of this game is going to win the series. I said, why would he say something like that? No. I immediately went with the Blue Jays. Boom. Blue Jays win. Texas, as you know, boom, they win. Utah, boom. Atlanta Falcons, plus 5.5, boom. Steelers, plus 3.5, boom. San Francisco 49ers. I just wanted to do 6 on that one, right? That was the first one I had did. And you guys see it. Yeah, the other team wins. So you guys see it right there. Boom. So that was a little nice one. And this was a random one. I was like, we'll just see what happens on that one. So I feel good. So me being on the leaderboard, it's looking real good. Yeah, Vegas, here we come again. Right? So that's looking good so far. That hit. And listen, guys. What do I say here? It's not about me just trying to give out picks for you guys and make money and shit like that. The ones that pay and the ones that rock with me, the ones who tip, when they win big, I appreciate all that. But it's not even about all that. Honestly, I'm telling you guys, you see what the script is, We're gonna run with it. That's what we do here at Reg Scripted and Fix. That's it. That's my own. That's the only reason why I'm dealing with you guys. Honestly, for that and that reason only. That's the main thing. Everything else, I appreciate that. I appreciate all that. We just trying to take advantage of what's put in front of us. You see what I'm saying, guys? You know what I'm saying? I need a little bit of theme music. You know, but nah. So I appreciate all that. We basically had a nice weekend again. That's the whole purpose. Again, I'm gonna get my shout outs in my chat. Obviously, you know I got you guys, right? But another weekend of winning. That's it. And I'm gonna let you know I have the NFL games I'm gonna put on the board that I have of interest. Now, I'm not gonna say who I'm picking, but the games that I'm focused on, as far as NFL, subject to change, but for right now, I actually do have who I'm picking for these games, though. But the games of interest, I'm gonna let you guys know in a couple of minutes. We're gonna post that on the board. Right? So shout out to all y'all. So, I feel good. It was another good weekend. As you can see, the knowledge is there. Shout out to everybody that rocks with me, right? But you guys see, will Kansas City Chiefs make the playoffs, y'all? Right? For those watching, I need to know, will Kansas City Chiefs make the playoffs based on what we saw? Now, right before I get into the games of interest and things like that, let's just keep it real, right? Last show, what was I talking about on last show? Kansas City or Patrick Mahomes, right? Patrick Mahomes, if he gets MVP, he will lose the Super Bowl, right? So this is kind of like a following show. So I'm noticing a lot, you're hearing a lot of talks of, will the Chiefs miss the playoffs, right? Now, it goes back to, what's the show that we did, actually? How long ago was it? In the beginning, I think in September we did the show, right? And the show was what? Will this be a Patrick Mahomes struggle year? And you guys remember that show, right? That was in September or something like that? Yes, it was in September. It was like in the beginning of September. You guys can go check that out, right? I said, will this be a Patrick Mahomes struggle year? Let's see, what was the date on when I did that show? September 3rd. Whenever you guys get the time, we spoke about it. We did a live on September 3rd, talking about basically what's going on right now. Right? Is this a Patrick Mahomes injury year? But if he doesn't get injured, will he struggle? Right? Now, I'll tell you this. The way, for everyone who's assuming that sports is real and this, let me tell you this, right? And I don't like to put it on people. I really don't. But let's assume that this is real, right? Let's assume that this is all real. Hold on, I'm paying attention to the Vikings versus Ravens game. Yes, Mr. Randy Watson, we're going to talk about that. I have something to say about that game. Got you, Randy. Yep. GGG picking the building. I'm going to get to my shout outs. I got y'all. So, yeah, what was I saying? So let's assume this is real, right, guys? Listen to me clearly. It brings me back to the live I had September 3rd, right? Are the Chiefs going to struggle this year? So far, yes. How many losses do they have so far? They got 4, right? I believe it. So they got 4 losses already. Already half of the season. Half of the season is already gone, and they already have 4. That's a struggle year, right? According to how the media portrays the Kansas City Chiefs. It's already a struggle year. Boom. So we already got that right. Are they going to lose a little bit more in the second half? Starting from next week? Well, they got to bye. But in 2 more weeks and then on, right? Do you guys think they're going to go undefeated? I don't think so, right? But they already have 4 losses. Maybe they do for, let's just say, maybe 2 more, right? At best, right? That's 6. That's still a struggle year. Still a struggle year. It just is what it is, right? So we got that right so far, y'all. So that's actually true. Now, back to what I was saying. 2 minutes ago. Assuming this is real, do you see how Patrick Mahomes was playing? I won't be surprised. I'm sorry. I'm not wishing this to happen, but you guys know where I'm going with this. I won't be surprised if, not saying it's going to happen because they still probably need him for ratings, right? But if they're kind of done with him this year, let's just say if. I don't think this can happen. This can be a stretch once again. But if he keeps playing like that, according to the script, he can end up injured. And the reason why I say that is they can use that as an excuse as to why the Chiefs had a struggle year. I know they already have 4 losses. Yes, they have 4 losses already. But if things get worse, you guys know the play. We talk about it all the time. You know the play. They do it all the time in sports. Get injured. Sit down for a while. Let that be the excuse as to why things get bad. It's kind of like what happened with Lamar, right? Lamar's back, right? But do you guys really think he was injured? I don't think he was really injured. Like really injured? No. But that'll be the play. So if things get bad for the Ravens in the end, and we're talking about getting a wild card or possibly fighting for the division, fighting for the division with the Steelers, because that's what it looks like so far. Right? That can be an excuse if things don't work out for Lamar and the Ravens. Why can't it happen with the Chiefs? Right? We spoke. I was bragging that if Josh Allen faces Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs this year, right? What did I say? I said it's going to be a guaranteed Josh Allen beats Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. And I'm still sticking with that, even though we saw what we saw yesterday. I personally believe he will beat Patrick Mahomes twice this year if they meet in the playoffs. But here's the thing too. When the media talks about something a lot, right? When the media always talks about something, it never actually happens most of the time. Most of the time. Right? That's most of the time. They keep talking about it. That's all you keep seeing, right? If you watch the ESPNs, you watch go on Twitter, right? Probably Instagram. If you guys watch Fox, CBS, ABC, wherever these games are streaming, your local networks and all that. That's all you hear, right? Oh my God, when the Chiefs and the Bills meet again, they keep saying that, right? Do I want to see it happen? Yes, because I want to see Patrick Mahomes take that L and a whole bunch of people be disappointed in the playoffs. And then, because we all know Josh Allen is 0-4. And what is the number that we run with, guys? You guys see it at the top right here. You see it at the top right here. Yeah, right there. 14, right? For some reason, that 4 or the 14 is always popping up. Josh Allen is 0-4 against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, right? This is the year of 14. In sports, right? He's going to become 1-4 if they meet in the playoffs. He's going to become 1-4 if they meet in the playoffs. Now, that's a big if now. A couple days ago, I was sure that, they'll meet in the playoffs, but the media keeps saying, they'll meet in the playoffs. Why are they saying that so much, though? Is it a for sure thing that we're going to see Buffalo versus Kansas City? And this is with us not even knowing what the seedings are. Right? Something about that don't seem right. When the media pushes something, we all know what usually happens when the media pushes something. Shout out to my chat. Right? Honestly, I'm having second thoughts about not who will win the game if they meet up, but if they would meet. I wish the playoffs was now. I swear to God, y'all, I wish the playoffs was going on right now. Yes, ESPN, FS1, all that, Randy, all of that. Right? I wish the play. Let me pop up. Let me pop up my chat. Shout out to my chat. Shout out to my chat. Right? You guys can see the chat on the screen, right? And on the top, the 30-day membership It's right there. So for anyone asking, just go right there to the top. The 30-day membership. Click that link. It's right there. Right? But let's get back into business. Right? So, do you guys think I wish the seedings was happening right now so we can see exactly what's going to happen. Right? Because let's keep it 100. I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of hyped for what's going to happen this year. That's what I'm barking on. I want to see a Josh Allen versus a Patrick Mahomes. But if it's set for Patrick Mahomes to win the game, let's just say that. If it's set for him to win the game, then there's a bunch of whatever, right? Is it possible the Chiefs can still make the playoff? I mean, not the playoffs, the Super Bowl. I told you, I never count them out. As much as you see me always get on them, and I always have gotten on them, right? Everybody knows that. That doesn't mean that they can't make the Super Bowl again. Now, win it, I'm not saying that they're going to win it this year, but make it in and probably losing again, yeah, I mean, that's possible, right? But who says that it's a for sure thing that they're going to meet the Buffalo Bills? What if the Buffalo Bills get eliminated? Because, see, here's the thing. As crazy as it sounds, having you lose early is actually better than you going far and losing like you always been doing.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm dead serious. You understand what I'm saying? I'm dead serious. My fault, y'all. Yeah, we got. All right. Yeah. We good. Yep, I see it. Making sure everything was perfect. But you get what I'm saying? So what do I mean by that? Let's have the Bills lose early. Just in case we have it set for just in case we have it set for Patrick Mahomes to go far. You might as well have the Bills lose early. You understand what I'm saying? That way they don't have to meet Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Same thing with Lamar and the Ravens. Lamar is always failing to Patrick Mahomes, right? So if it's set for Patrick Mahomes to go to the Super Bowl, right? If it's already set for him to go, why don't we just have him face off maybe against the Colts, assuming that the Colts still stay relevant? Because, we're in the second half of the season now. We don't know what's going to happen. Even though I do think Daniel Jones is going to turn into the regular Daniel Jones at some point before the season's over.
Are you fucking serious?
I do believe that's going to happen, right? But then, you still got Pittsburgh Steelers, the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, it's most likely his last year, right? What else? Patriots. You see what I'm saying? I'm not too fond on the Broncos because Sean Payton days is over. So I think he's just you guys get what I'm saying. He's just there. You still can't count out the Chargers. Not saying that they're gonna do anything because they're more like the Clippers. You understand what I'm saying? But there's still teams there. Remember, this is the second half of the season, y'all. Things is going to get different. Things are going to get different. And once again, shout out to my chat. It's gonna get different. You understand what I'm saying? So we're gonna see a switch, but that whole 1-4 thing is coming. It's coming back now. When I was looking at the odds for the Chiefs. And that's the reason why I wanted to do this show with you guys. Will the Kansas City Chiefs make the playoffs? Because something don't sit right with me. What? If you guys check the odds, which, fuck it. Let's just do it. Let's find out ourselves real quick. I'm going to put this chat down. I'm going to bring it back up for you guys. Right? But let's go into it. This is the updated odds right now, right? The updated odds. For anyone looking on the screen, you see it. For those who's listening to the show and they are not looking on the screen, I'm gonna tell you it right now. It goes as follows. Kansas City Chiefs, current odds right now, today. For them to win the Super Bowl, it's Chiefs at plus 5,500. Now, mind you, y'all, look at their record right now. So if you look at their record, right? You look at that you look at their record, I'm sorry. They are a plus 550. And you know they got the best odds right now, which is crazy. Yes, out of everybody, the Chiefs are still the front runners to actually win the Super Bowl. They are a plus 550. Yes, you heard it right. Now, for those that don't believe that, you probably think, be fired. Maybe they'll just go to the Super Bowl. They probably won't win it, be fired, right? Okay, fine. AFC conference winner. You got the Chiefs at a plus 280. Not a plus 3 something, not a plus 400 or whatever. AFC conference winner plus 280. That's how quote unquote confident, or maybe the books is just begging you guys to take these odds, right? Maybe that's what it is too, because we already know there's some rigging going on, right? But okay, you probably gonna say they're not gonna win the AFC, be fired. Cut it out. Okay, well, guess what? For them to make the playoffs, which is weird to me, for them to make the playoffs, the Chiefs are a minus 650. Could somebody explain that to me? These odds don't make sense if you really look at it. For them to make the playoffs, now, when they was on struggle mode, right? Remember the shows back? We spoke on the Chiefs, right? When they was on their little slump, what were their odds to make the playoffs? To make the playoffs, they was a minus 198 or 194, right? You guys remember shows back. It was on the screen. For them to make the playoffs, they are minus 194. I'm sorry, to make the playoffs, right? Oh, to miss the playoffs right now too, you can get them at a plus 44, plus 440. So if anybody's feeling froggy and want to leap like that shit, go ahead and do so. I'm not telling you to do it, but I'm just saying, no, that's what that is. Me, I wouldn't really, to make the playoffs or miss the playoffs. To be honest with you, if I was speaking to all you guys, I would actually say don't touch it. And yes, they was a minus 194, exactly, right? So I'm not sure what's going on here, but something, and for the audience that's also watching, that's not in the chat, something is very fishy about these odds. To make the playoffs, minus 650. To miss the playoffs, you can get them at a plus 440, right? But look where they're currently. They're out of the playoffs, right? Currently, they're out of the playoffs. So something feels. So now we can look at this different ways. Somebody, and I mean somebody, I don't know who, but somebody is going to slack off. A team that's currently in the playoffs right now is going to slack off. Now, if you're asking me who, I can't tell you who, right? But that's what we have to that's what we gotta, that's what we gotta look forward to. So, you know what? Let's let me see. I mean, you guys probably already know. I don't have to show you guys that, right? But like if you really think about it, right? You got New England. New England is number one. I think they're overall they're number 2, right? They were supposed to be number 1, but I think the Colts is officially number 1. Yes, that I checked it. I think the Colts is officially number 1. That was last night, right? So you got Indiana, you got the New England. That's 1, right? You got Pittsburgh Steelers, right? You got Indianapolis Colts, and you got the Denver Broncos. That's 4 teams right there. That's all gonna have a playoff spot. Currently, right now, as we're speaking. That's 4. Right? Now the people that sit behind them, the Chargers got a spot. Buffalo Bills have a spot, right? And as crazy as it sounds, Jacksonville Jaguars actually have a spot right now, so far. Somebody's gonna fall off, right? I think people should pay attention to how maybe the Colts and Jacksonville Jaguars, right? The AFC South, because they seem when it comes to the wild card, the last wild card, they're always involved some way somehow. I would say pay attention to them, right? Now the AFC West was a division that I said they could possibly have 3 teams in the playoffs, because there's always one division that have damn near 3 teams in the playoffs. That usually happens often, not all the time, but that happens often, as you guys know, right? And I say, maybe the AFC West, it could be the Broncos, Chargers, and the Chiefs, right? Because we already know it's not going to happen in the AFC East, but you still got the Bills. You got the Bills and the Patriots. It's going to stay that way. It's not going to be the Miami, or the New York Jets. It's not going to just be that. It just is what it is, right? Now, AFC South, you got people that still believe in the Bengals. You got people that still believe in the Ravens. As I said, I do think the Ravens is going to be one of the teams that's going to fight for, if not the division, worst comes to worst, a wild card spot. I do believe so. Is it going to happen? Who knows? But to make things exciting, yeah. So we're going to see a flip. And I say all of that to say the Chiefs to make the playoffs is a 650. That's what's so suspect about all of this. Because all they got to do is make the 7th seed. That's all they have to do. Just get the number 7 seed. But the Ravens... A lot of people have stock on the Ravens, though. A lot of you guys have stock on the Ravens. Shout out to my chat. A lot of you guys have stock on the Ravens. So what? We're gonna see the Chiefs or the Ravens fight for that spot, right? Like, these are questions you have to ask yourself. For anybody that's putting in future bets right now. To make the playoffs is at a minus 650. I don't know if the books is trying to bait you, but then again, right? Why bait you with a minus 650? Those are bad odds, unless you're parlaying it with something else, right? But I don't even, and we all know the books know that. We know the books know that. But to be honest with you, something tells me that the Chiefs possibly will make the playoffs. Am I betting on that? No, because I want to. When it comes to the Chiefs, you might as well just bet with or against them on a game-by-game basis. Leave it like that. Don't even stress yourself taking any. This is just me. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your money. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your money, right? I see people in the chat right now. You're saying, yeah, I'll put some bread on that. Now, put some bread on what? For them to make the playoffs, or for them to miss the playoffs? I don't think any of you got no. Let me stop, because there's a couple of you guys who love the Chiefs and really think they're gonna win the Super Bowl again. A lot of you guys feel that way, right? Let me take that off the screen. A lot of you guys feel that way. I don't know. I don't know why. Me personally, I don't see the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl this year. Because like I said, for those that always pick the Chiefs to win all the time, when does it stop? Or do you think Patrick Mahomes is just going to retire with 30 Super Bowl rings? Oh God. That's just me. To me, how much would that give you? Minus 650? Ooh, 100? You gotta parlay that with something. Yeah. You know what? Let me put the chats back up. Let me see. The Jags are gonna fall off. I see that. Jags are gonna fall off. The Steelers is gonna fall off eventually, right? Danny Dimes is gonna fall off. Like, I'm going random in the chat, and I'm seeing what you guys are saying. The Ravens possibly could miss the playoffs, right? Ravens, Bills, and Chiefs will be wild card teams, which would be crazy, right? If shout out to Do on that one. He says, yo, the Ravens, Bills, and Chiefs will be wild card teams. That would be not a first, right? But that would, in today's time, it's kind of wild, right? To see that, right? And I do think it's a little bit too early, right? I don't think the NFL will let KC go to 4 straight like Buffalo. That's actually an interesting one. That's actually an interesting one. Somebody I heard this. It was an old guy saying this. Just hear me out. 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 I am not saying this because I already know people will get on me for this. Just hear me out. I know you're like, say it already. You guys know where I'm going with this, right? You see the number on the screen, 14. I'm not saying this. What is the Buffalo Bills as a whole? What is their Super Bowl record? Because somebody say it in the chat. This would be funny if this happens. You guys know where I'm going when I say, well, yeah, you guys know where I'm going with this, right? Come on, chat. Come on. Say it. What is the Buffalo Bills record in the Super Bowl? Y'all know it. I'll tell you. They're 0-4. Thank you, Buff. They're 0-4. I heard somebody, older guy, he's a Jet fan, but he loves his Buffalo Bills, Giants, and Jets. He loves all of them. He stands hard for New York teams as a whole. He said they have 0 wins. Yeah, exactly. He says they have 0 wins. They're 0-4. Now, this is the year of 1-4, as you guys know. Anybody that's been following me for a while before the season started, I told you guys about the 14. And so far, damn near everything we see always ends with the 1-4 or the 4, right? So we've been right about the 14. Yo, he said they're gonna win this year. I'm not saying that. Yeah, exactly. You guys. Listen. Poppy, I'm not saying that shit. That didn't come out my mouth. I'm just letting you guys know what he said. So if there's anybody in the chat ready to get on me and say, yo, be fine, you are mugging, they are not gonna win, blah blah blah, you picking the Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl, I'm not saying all of that. Oh God. So I just gotta let that be known. It's not me. But I thought about that. I said, God damn, right? 0-4. The same way Josh Allen is 0-4 against Patrick Mahomes. Now, okay, so I say all of this. Chat. Which one is going to happen for Josh Allen or the Buffalo Bills? Beating Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs and becoming 1-4, or whether they beat him or not, they go to a Super Bowl and finally win a Super Bowl and have a record of 1-4. I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Yeah, Allen homecoming in Santa Clara. I mean, the Super Bowl this year is in California, just like it's in California again next year. Back to the Rams Stadium, but it's gonna be 2 Super Bowls in California back to back this year and next year. I'm just asking y'all. Somebody, huh? Wow. Yeah, yeah. You heard with Loudy 12. He said Bad Bunny, aka Buffalo Bills. That's a sign. Now, because put it like this, I overheard Josh Allen is he's now #1 for MVP, right? And like I said, MVPs and Super Bowls really don't happen. We only had Kurt Warner and Patrick Mahomes, the only 2 to do it, right? Patrick Mahomes just did it 3 years ago. I don't see another quarterback just doing it so quick like that again. So if Josh Allen is the #1, the runner-up, not the runner-up, but he's the #1 in MVP in the MVP standing right now, I don't know if I could just have him as winning the Super Bowl, right? Hopefully somebody else takes it, right? See, I'm not gonna lie to you. Right now, the rigging and scripting is actually interesting. That's why I love the ending of the first half going into the second half of the season, because that's when things get nice and interesting. Yes, the Bills is getting a new stadium, and we've had that conversation for years too, people. You guys already know that. Usually when a team's getting a new stadium, that's when they tend to do good. Prior to them going in the stadium, or even right after they go into the stadium. That happens in basketball, it happens in football, it happens in hockey, it happens in baseball, right? But for the most part, you see the signs happening a lot in football. You start to see it. It could be before or after. It could be a team that sucks, and they put a lot of stock into a certain quarterback, and then things start to change, right? I mean, for me, the most obvious one was the New York Giants. That one right there. I do not know how people ain't see that one with the Giants. That's the reason why they beat the Patriots, and they beat the Patriots twice. Prior to one before they got into the stadium, and I think one right after, right? Or some shit like that, right? Right? A little bit of some shit like that, yeah. And MetLife Stadium, and you guys know here in New York, it's a lot of money, because remember, New York and Jersey was involved in that, because the stadium's in Jersey. That's a lot of money that has to be put up and spent. You're gonna have to have the Giants win twice. Sure enough, they win twice at that time, and then they haven't been the same. They haven't been the same ever since, because let's keep it 100. Here in New York, you have a lot of Giants fans that's still living off of what Eli Manning did to Tom Brady twice. They keep thinking that this shit is just gonna happen again. It's not happening no time soon again.
Oh God.
You get what I'm saying? So Brandy, the 2026 schedule, now it'll let you know what teams is playing each other. It'll let you know the teams that's playing each other, right? But I need to know, like, the actual schedule as far as the days. So obviously we ain't gonna see that yet. Sorry. So I'm just saying, anybody that's high on the Bills, watch out. I do think the Patriots probably would fumble at some point. Yeah, fumble, right? I do think they would fumble. We're gonna see it get exciting with the Bills and the Patriots. That's gonna be exciting. Look at the Bills and the Packers. That's still something that's very possible. That's something that's still very possible. I wouldn't count that one out at all. Right? So it's like, the Patriot, not the Patriots, Kansas, something. Honestly, if Kansas City doesn't win this year, what do you think should happen? How do you think they should lose? Should they lose by not making the playoffs? How often do I stream? Every week, and we're becoming consistent with it now. GGG pick. I actually want to do it at least twice a week, and probably by the end of the year, it'll be great if we could do 3 times a week. Now, the only reason why is I need some, not I need some good topics, but it has to be some interesting things going on, right? But our overall goal is to stream at least 3 times a week. I would love the whole Monday, Wednesday, Friday type of thing, right? But that's the overall goal, right? But every week. That's why I tell people subscribe, right? How should the Chiefs lose? If they're not going to win the Super Bowl, how should they lose? Don't make the playoffs, lose the first round. I mean, go to the AFC Championship and lose. I mean, what was that? Last time they went to the AFC Championship and lost, that was against Cincinnati Bengals, right? Because, usually people say, oh my God, the Chiefs is always in the AFC Championship. And that's another thing I kept hearing yesterday too, right? And I always said, whenever they talk about something too much, you already know what happens. They want people to go out and make that bet. Yeah, go out there and make that bet. You know what I mean? Go out there and make that bet. I don't know. And then you go out there and you make that bet, right? And what happens? You already know what happens, right? They sitting there like this with their hands like, yeah, we got him. You lose.
Are you fucking serious?
All the time. Bullshit, right? Shout out to my chat too. I'm gonna get to the we definitely gonna get to the shout outs. See a lot of new people here too. Shout out to y'all, right? Y'all won't be disappointed being here. Right here we talk about the real, right? Another thing is I don't want to be ESPN. I don't want to be all the other channels because you can just go to ESPN and listen to what they say. Of course you're gonna get the shit. You're gonna get the. They're not allowed to say what they want to say. But you can go there for some stats and some info. It's great. But that's when you come here and you want to get the real. We're going to talk about it. And I have a whole bunch of topics lined up for you guys too. About how I have a big one. Because we always briefly talk about it. But so I'm talking about shows completely about this topic. I already have it in the chamber, about how the media, sports media, gives out certain info so you can lose. Yes, the journalists, what else they are, the analysts, the experts, all of them, right? They give out certain information on television so you can make the bet and lose, right? Obviously, you guys know quarterbacks. Well, actually, I have a video on it. Quarterbacks who get paid to lose. You know what I'm saying? Look at the whole Joe Burrow and Brock Purdy situation that's going on. Just to name a few. There's been a whole bunch of others, but these are 2 guys that still haven't came back yet. Brock Purdy. Oh, missed another week. Another week. The whole Joe Burrow. They already let it be known it's going to be later in the year. But stuff, you guys don't find that ironic. So that's another show. God damn, there's so many shows in the chamber that we have to really make shows about. We spoke about it briefly, but I have shows on it. Right? Shout out to my chat. Right? Now, let's take a brief moment. Where's it at? To talk about the games of the interest. Y'all ready? Here you go. Anybody that's watching the screen, anybody that's on the screen, that's it right there. So members, so anybody that's a member, expect these games to be sent to you. Right? Expect these games to be sent to you with who I think is going to win. Right? We don't pay attention to this whole spread thing right here on the screen because it's always subject to change, right? But these are the matchups. Right? So let's just start from top to the bottom. New York Giants at Chicago Bears. Now, nobody knows what I'm going to pick, so I'll stop the bullshit. Right? No, but seriously, though. New York Giants at Chicago Bears. Right? Baltimore Ravens at Minnesota. I was about to say Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota Vikings. Right? New England Patriots at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Those are all 1 o'clock games. Those are 3 1 o'clock games. Then we got the LA Rams at San Francisco 49ers, right? Subject to change. Might be swapped out, but subject to change. Last but not least, Philadelphia Eagles at the Green Bay Packers, subject to change. Now, as another thing is, I know everybody's situation is different as far as like how they like to get their bets out when they want it to win, all that shit, right? That's a Monday game. There's a lot of people that have parlays that they don't want to wait till Monday for it to hit. Let's just be for real. I know a lot of y'all don't. So we can cut the bullshit, right? A lot of y'all don't. There's some people that really don't care, right? Monday ends the week of football, right? So that's subject to change. Subject to change. The reason, and that's the reason why for the Monday game. Now, the LA Rams versus San Francisco, I'm doing some studying on that one. Couple of gems that I would like to share, but I still got to see how the rest of the week goes. And then I'm going to let off. The reason why I have to study that game a little bit more, the Rams in San Francisco, is it brings me back to what I've also been saying. So new members, in case you didn't know, I tried to tell everybody to watch out for the Seattle Seahawks. Nobody can say I ain't say that. Nobody can say I ain't say that. If anybody been rocking with me knows for weeks I've been saying that, and it's in the past lives. You can go check that out. Nobody was talking about Seattle Seahawks. Nobody. Told everybody watch out for the Seattle Seahawks, right? And you know what's so crazy? They're on top of the division. Seahawks is on top of the division right now, y'all, right? Tampa Bay Buccaneers is on top of the division. There's 3 teams in the NFC that I said I'm rocking with. Packers, of course, but the whole Packer thing, I said that 2 years ago. Right? But besides the Packers, Seattle Seahawks, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So far, that's what it's panning out to be. Said, watch out for the Seattle. Right? Now, the Rams and San Francisco game affects Seattle some way, somehow. Right? So that's the reason why there's a couple of nuggets that I've noticed that I said, let me study it a little bit more before I send it out to my guys, right? Now, there's one game on here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say what game. There's one game I feel so confident about, like super confident about. People could probably take a guess, but it's one game that I feel so confident about. And something that I saw yesterday confirmed it for me for this week of this matchup. But members, you'll get it. You'll get it. Wait. Do we got some breaking news, people? Hold on. Breaking news? Wait. If anyone that's listening, can somebody confirm if Travis Kelsey mom's died, or she just reported that she died or something like that? Cause somebody in the chat, well, SCF, he already, he came through with the news, right? But other people right now, please let me know if that's a if that's a thing. Hold on, I'm finding out right now. I don't know where did you guys hear that at? Because the reason why is there was fake rumors that she had died in early 2025, and I remember last year there was reports of that. So everybody in the chat, please, or anyone that's watching, please confirm that for me if that's true. Because I remember last year around this time, literally, there was reports of that. So I kind of find it weird that we hearing that again. But I just want to know if that's true. I'm sorry for the pause in the live, as far as me talking, y'all. I just want to know if that's true. For anyone that's listening, we need to actually find out. Unless she's hospitalized right now, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's some news that I would have got personally. I don't see it, but no, I'm gonna look into that, because if she's been hospitalized, you kind of know how that goes. I'm not saying that's a for sure thing, but I want to know if that's a fake rumor, or if that's something that is gonna happen. Now, guys, I'm looking it up right now as I'm talking to you. Let's see. I don't know. We'll see about that. Yeah, that would have been on ESPN or something. But everybody, I just want you guys to look out for that and let me know if that happens. Or later on today, we'll be looking out for that, right? So, because I know how that could be. So, unless but here's the thing. In SCF's defense, there were rumors. If you guys remember late last year, and also in March of 2025, there was rumors of her dying. So I don't know why there's always rumors of her dying. That keeps popping up. Like last year around the same time, late last year, December, we had got that. So I don't know. Let's find out. If you guys get any news, let me know about that one. I'm not sure about that, but I already know we're gonna hear a whole bunch of the whole sacrificial thing going on, right? We already know that's gonna pop up, things like that. So same rumor, the Chiefs is going back to the Super Bowl. Yeah, same rumor. Last year, you guys remember that? So I mean, what do you guys think about the whole Chiefs thing? Are they going or not? Cardinals get the win. Cardinals get the win tonight. Whoa. That's what you think? Cardinals get the win tonight? You know what? Hold on. I gotta get to my chats. I gotta get to my shout outs. You know that, right? You know I gotta get to my shout outs. So yeah, I do want to know. I'm not saying it's over. I gotta get to my shout outs to my Rig Scripted and Fixed crew. You know what I'm saying? Gotta make sure y'all subscribe, right? But you seen not a lot of new faces, because obviously I don't see the face. But you know, all my guys that's here, you know, you could be anywhere in the world, but you here with me. So, you know, I love to give my shout outs, you know, Dancing Poppy in the building. My man Desmond Dixon, he in the building. My man Reserved Intelligence, he's in the goddamn building. You better guard your children. Is that Mateo? Is that Mateo? Yes, I got the email. I got the wait. If you're still in the building, which email did you send it to? Matter of fact, Maddie, let me know what email you sent it to. But Maddie's in the goddamn building. My man Ishmael Reeves in the goddamn building. Guard your children. My man Mr. Randy Watson, yo Randy in the goddamn building. Shout out to my wife, my beautiful wife. She stepped in the building. She has stepped in the building with the hearts in the fire. We in the goddamn building. Somebody guard your children. I like when you say that. Right? I ain't talking about my daughter too. But when I'm in the building, better guard your children. And that includes my daughter too. That's right. GGG pick in the goddamn building. Guard your children. Hey, yo, Gigi, I see you. You on the road today too. You know what I'm saying? Who else we got? I mean, there's a lot of y'all. It's a lot of y'all. It's a lot. He followed the Sunday pick. I know. All of them or just that one? Let me know. T Money in the goddamn building. T Money in the building. My man Bill Fay in the goddamn building. Dropping bombs for all y'all. You know what I'm saying? My man Buff Dad O in the building. Buff, shout out to you. Can I get a bomb, please? Man, this chat looking real good, man. My fault. I'm trying to catch up. You know, my man, is it Trog or Trog? I gotta make sure I say it right. Trog DK19 or Trog DK19, because you know I ain't all that smart now. We gotta drop a bomb for you on that one. You know what I mean? Who else we got? Lou Chance, right? Lou Chance 504. Lou Chance. Lil Chance, Lou Chance. I like that name. That's a little different. I like what he said. He said, I don't see any Cali team appearing in the Super Bowl. From a revenue perspective, why would they want Chargers, Rams, or 49ers in the Super Bowl? See, that's something that got to be talked about too. But you want to know why, Chance? Because there's also a Super Bowl in Cali next year. So what do you think about that one? Drop a bomb for him on that one. Nice comment. He said, Buff Daddy. Woo! Buff Daddy. Pause. I like that. Not Puff Daddy. Buff Daddy be fire. Make sure you get that right. Of course, we got my man DEW83 in the goddamn building. Drop a bomb for him. That's right. Shout out to all y'all, for real. My man Native Baltimore, you already know he back in the building today. My man Native, what's up, y'all? I'm getting the names right too, so make sure y'all bear with me and shit. Growtopia, aka Growtopia. He been my man from the plan, from the beginning and all that. Drop a bomb for my man Grow. What's up, man? Yeah. What else we got? I know this little boy. Iko. Yeah, 4866 in the goddamn building. What's up, my guy? Drop a bomb for you. I see you in the chat. Loudy 12, he in the goddamn. He's the one that hit me with the Bad Bunny, the Buffalo Bills. The Bills is getting that new stadium. Y'all better look out. But man, Loudy 12 in the goddamn building. I'm not saying they winning, y'all. So don't, But Truth being 888 in the goddamn building. Yo, Truth. I know what's up with the Packers, right? Man, listen. But I can't expect them to go undefeated. But the way they be losing games is kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy. Truth in the goddamn building. Who Who else we got? I gotta make sure I get everybody. Now, when I say the building people, that's everyone that's in the chat. So everyone that is watching that's not in the chat, shout out to you. But SCF 122083, he in the goddamn building. He's the one that let us know with that information. So I still gotta check on that and see what's up with that. But SCF, bomb please. Jeffrey Johnson in the goddamn building, 8044. Shout out to Jeffrey. Somebody drop a bomb for Jeffrey, please. That's right. Antonio Mims in the goddamn building. Antonio Mims, 2528. Please don't hate on Antonio. Bomb, please. All right, I think I got everybody because I gotta make sure I catch all of y'all. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't touch the Chiefs making the playoffs personally, right? Unless I would say you got the funds to do it. I wouldn't say do it unless you have the bread to do it, and because I think it's too much. Minus 650. I heard who said that in the chat a couple of minutes ago, saying they was gonna do that. Right? Minus 650. I would say at least parlay it with something and make the number as small as possible. You could do that. But Kansas City Chiefs making the playoffs, I would probably say yeah, unless we're in for a big surprise. Right? Maybe they get the number 7 seed. Somebody in the chat, I heard them a couple minutes ago, they said number 6. The Chiefs will get the number 6 seed, you know. I think six a wild card. So then who wins the division, y'all? So it seems like a lot of you guys believe that Denver's gonna win the division or the Chargers. Me, I had said Chargers early in the year. I said that. So I know it's on record, right? I'm not gonna just change it. I'm not gonna just change it. But I'm probably gonna say Chargers win the division if the Chiefs don't miraculously come back or some shit like that. I'm gonna stick with the Chargers. You know, I'm not rooting for any one of those teams anyway. Chargers, Broncos, or the whatchamacallit, or the Chiefs. I'm not those 3 teams, no. Right? But I won't be surprised if 3 teams out of that division can make the playoffs. I'll say that. Right? But minus 650. I don't know. I think they just trying to bait people. I think y'all have to be careful with making that bet, to be honest with you. Something about that is weird. Minus 650. It's because think about it. You guys notice something? As the week goes by, right? But as the Chiefs progress, their odds to make it actually get better. How are you losing? Right? They got 4 losses already. Right? 5 wins, 4 losses. How are you a minus 650 to make the playoffs? You're not even in the playoffs right now if it were to start today. Something about that doesn't seem right. You gotta ask yourself these questions. You feel me? There you go. The chat said I don't see KC missing the playoffs. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't see KC missing the playoffs. I mean, personally, I don't either, being at their minus 650, but that's a little fishy to me. Because then, this is why I tell people every single game has a lot to do with the next. People would argue with me down about that. I'm like, yes. If they make it, that means somebody that you guys is rocking with right now that's in the playoffs is about to let off a stinker. I think we said that maybe 45 minutes ago. Somebody's going to let the stinker off. Who's it going to be? Well, yeah, you can say Chargers, Broncos, right? Colts, right? Jacksonville, Patriots is all of a sudden start tanking, right? Pittsburgh Steelers, right? These are a lot of questions because if they minus 650, that means somebody that's currently in the race is going to let off a stinker. That's just how it goes. Because they're not even in a playoff race. They don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about Bills and Chiefs. That's not going to happen no time soon unless they meet in the playoffs. But they could still be a bye. Let me. You guys notice something? What if it came down to? What if the Chiefs, not the Chiefs? What if the Patriots kept the division? Just saying. I don't think so. But what if they kept the division? Right? Hear me out. What if they kept the division? So that means Buffalo Bills can either be a 5-6 or 7, right? And the Chiefs was fighting for that final spot. And it came down to the Bills or the Chiefs for that final spot. Imagine if that happened. Remember where you heard that here. Remember where you heard that first. Would that be some shit? I know a lot of people ain't think about it like that. What if it came down to the Chiefs and the Bills getting the final wild card spot in the playoffs, and the Chiefs ended up getting that spot? But now that means the Bills missed the playoffs. We don't see that happening. So maybe I'm just going too far with it.
Are you fucking serious?
So you know what? Let's exit that out. But it's a scenario. It's a scenario. So that's why I brought that up. But yeah, they definitely know something. They definitely know something that we don't know. Lombardi, Lee, in the building. Lombardi. What's good, my guy? Gotta drop a bomb for my man Lombardi. He's in the building. Chiefs getting that 7 seed. Damn, see? 7 seed. I hear 6 seed. Right? I still say I still hear they're gonna win the division. Number 14, man. I do think the number 14 is going to involve the Bills some way, somehow, this in the playoffs. Number 14. This is the year, number 14, like I keep saying. It's gonna be the Bills or the Chiefs. Something gonna happen. Something gonna happen, Captain. Which one is it gonna be? Right? Now, I also want to say this. You remember last year, I want to say last year, my apologies for last year, right? On a show. When we were supposed to set the league up, right? So I was supposed to set up a league. A pick league, right? But now that we got more people involved, I wonder if can I start it off in a playoffs, maybe like a little quick thing, and see who's going to be the last survivor in the playoffs between all of you guys. How does that sound? You know, got some, some rigged scripted in and fixed merch giveaways and shit like that. You know, just all you gotta do is participate. That's all you guys gotta do. There's no you gotta pay to get in and shit like that. I just want to see who's gonna be the last man standing. But that's different from the whole 30-day membership thing, because that's what I have to think about. If I have a 30-day membership thing, that's the reason why I said I'd rather do it in the playoffs. But if I'm giving it out, if I'm doing memberships, right, and obviously the picks involved inside of the membership, and you pick your games, that's kind of like helping, right? So I may have to limit the games I'm giving out. I'm still working on it, but I do want to do a Survivors League with all you guys. I want to see which one of you guys is the motherfucking man. Wait, Deron, right, Lawrence? I see. I'm telling you, I got to make sure I pronounce your name correct. That's My fault. But now, so D, look on the top on the chat right now. You should see a 30-day, something that says 30-day pick membership right there at the top. It's pinned to the top. So that's how I'm gonna do it for you guys now. You know, for those that's looking for it, all you gotta do is pin to the top. That's the actual website right there. Straight to the point. Straight to the point. Boom. And you lock in. It's 8 and it's 875 too. People, that price, I think I got like one of the lowest prices. And anybody that's involved will let you know we we win. And the reason why I'm doing it like that is because I'm trying to start a trend. The low price get these picks out, and I need people to understand these rigged, scripted, and fixed games. So with the information that I give out, that's how we win the games. Because to tell you the truth, we can't trust the ESPNs. We cannot trust what they say. Respectfully, we cannot listen to what they say. We can listen to what they say, but take it with a grain of salt. Listen to what they're not talking about, and that's what I do. So if you guys don't want to do it, let me be the one to do it, and then I'll give out the information. You get what I'm saying? Because there's certain things that they can't talk about. They won't talk about. You got your man Stephen A. Smith will sit there and say he thinks this team is going to win, right? He'll be like, yo, you know, he'll go hard. Yo, I think this team is going to win. They suck, blah, blah, blah. But then he's probably betting, and I guarantee you he's doing the opposite. You see what I'm saying? And I know they be doing that for a fact. They do that for a fact. So that's why I say, don't listen to them. There's a lot of things that they don't talk about. They give out clues, though, but people pass over it. So here in Rig, Scripted, and Fix, we want to give the information out. Right? So yeah, back to what I'm saying with this whole league thing, I may start it off in the playoffs. That way, if everything turns out good, when it's time for us to hit next year for football, we're going to start off nice and fresh. But we also going to do basketball too. We're going to do, basketball is my thing too. So I'm pretty sure you guys is into basketball. So just don't think that after the Super Bowl that we're done here at Rig, Scripted, and Fix. No, we're not. You know, and March Madness, that's just in time for March Madness. Now, I love me some March Madness. I love some Rig, Scripted, and Fixed March Madness. I'm not going to lie. So we're going to have fun with that too. But yeah, I might start this league off in the playoffs. I have to figure out how I'm going to do it, because the thing is, if everybody's going to be consistent, if all you guys that's listening is going to be consistent, I'm going to have you guys match up against each other. That's what it's going to be. You know, you guys will send me the picks. Even if you're a part of the membership too, matter of fact. If you coming back and picking those games that I have in the membership, it's not like I'm giving you every single game anyway. So it ain't going to be that easy. You still have to pick the other games on your own. So we're going to see who's going to be the last man standing. Right? But the playoffs, I would like to see who's going to be the last man standing in the playoffs, especially when we get the seeds. Now, I already know there's something, I don't want to blow it up. I already know that's something you guys are going to take advantage of. Something that I spoke about, you're going to be like, oh, well, I think I know what to do. And that's the reason why I got to stop talking so fucking much. So so the only reason why it hasn't happened yet is I have to organize how I actually want it to be. The seedings, the matchups, who's involved, and things like that. And then obviously I want to see who's the last man standing. That's it. Gonna have matchups. I wish we started earlier in the year, but I see some new guys here. You know, shout out to all y'all. Hopefully y'all stay here. You know, it would have been a fun league. It would have been a fun league. You know, we got rid of 9. Right, week 9. Who's to say we can't start it now, right? Which is true. Second half of the year, who's going to end up with the best record, right? Give me time to think about that before Sunday. How about that? But everyone have to subscribe, though. You got to subscribe to be involved. in it because you have to keep track of what's going on. I know there's people that have the email already, that can reach out to me and things like that, but you got to know what's going on, you know? Says Sleeper APT has a pick'em league. Sh- Shout out to him. That's what I'm saying. Like pick'em leagues, they're fun. They're fun. I love people matching up against each other, and see who's the best man. I already know what the tiebreakers is going to be. I already have it written down. I just have to get the amount of people that I want in the league. Because there's people that's going to be bumped. The ones with the worst record, you ain't making it to the playoffs. At the end of the day, we trying to strip these damn sports books is the number one goal. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, we cannot do it. We have to do it as a collective. Because there's a lot of people, what happened last couple days ago? Somebody came in the chat and said, "Well, sports is so rigged. How come you ain't rich? You should be winning every single game and shit like that." And I said, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. In order to actually beat the books, because the books can be beat. In order to actually beat the books, everybody has to work as a collective. That's the problem. And that's how you can actually expose if sports is real or not. Because if 3,000 people, no, not even 3,000 people, shit, if 10,000 people want to bet on one particular game and sports ain't rigged, why would the books have a problem with that? Why would they have a problem with that? You notice they always have a problem with certain teams you bet on. But if it ain't rigged, ain't nothing to worry about, right? Let us bet. So one person betting on this not going to change the narrative. It has to be everybody as a whole collective. So I like that. Just saying. What else we got here? Yeah. HB428. What's the first letters? I, right? Yeah, I underscore HB428. Shout out to you on that one. He came through. He in the chat. So that's the whole thing. Stephen A. Smith is a clown. I'll take Max Kellerman. I'll never listen to what Stephen A. Smith say, bro. I listen to it just to laugh. It's a clown. He gives out information so you can't lose. And so who do you guys think is before we end the show? Who do you guys got for tonight? Cowboys? Be real. How many of y'all's betting the Cowboys tonight? How many of y'all's fading the Cowboys tonight? Cowboys shouldn't lose, right? Let me see if the number moved. I don't know. It still has Cowboys at 3. I saw 2.5, but then I seen 3. We're going to see who wins this game. It is what it is, right? But yeah, once again, someone got the Ishmael got the over. Cowboys roll tonight. Kyler Murray might not play. Kyler Murray might not play. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. So yeah, once again, let's let it be known for those that just came in case these are the games of interest for week 10 that I'm rocking with. I'm gonna say it again. The Giants at Chicago. Right? Chicago favorite. Baltimore at Minnesota. Baltimore favorite. New England at Tampa. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay favorite. The Rams at San Francisco. Rams favorite. Philadelphia at Green Bay. Green Bay favorite. These are my games of interest, members, or just all of you guys. Being transparent, these are my games of interest. Didn't add no college on yet because we're talking about the NFL. Right? These are the games that I'm eyeing. for right now can change, but you guys would know that before the week is over. You guys, you're gonna know that. So just know, guys, these are the 5 games of interest, right? Some people probably think they know who I'm gonna pick. No, you don't. There's one game I feel very, 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 very confident about. You would know. So yeah, these are the games. I see what I got: Baltimore, Eagles, Rams, Bucks, and Giants. That's what Randy has in the chat. I didn't say that. I'm just reading. Randy says he has Baltimore, the Eagles, the Rams, the Bucks, and the Giants. Pretty cool. Okay. I see Randy on that one. Okay. Ishmael, you said Cardinals at +6.5. Oh, you mean you'll bring it to 6.5, right? Time for another Dallas tie. I don't see that. I'll be crazy. I don't see that happening. That nah. You want to know why? On a standalone game too, because this is a standalone game. Like when they went against on Sunday Night Football, when the Packers went against what's their name? Packers in Dallas, right? That was a tie, standalone game. You think Dallas gets another tie on a standalone game? That's kind of crazy. That would be wild if that happens. That means that this season is definitely a mess if that's the case. Dancer Poppy says, B Fire is picking. He says B Fire is picking the Bears and the Ravens.
Oh God.
I know you're trying to get me to say it, Dancing Poppy, but you're not gonna get me to say it. I already know what you're trying to do. You're trying to bait me into saying it, right? I can't say it. I can't say it. You never know. You never know. That's all I'm gonna say. You never know. Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you think be honest, you think, because there's a game I said I'm very, very confident about. Do you think it's one of those two? Be honest. The Pats game was hella rigged. Missed the extra point, of course. 5.5 people. I already knew what was gonna happen with that. And then they kept talking about the whole Patriots with Minnesota. I'm not Minnesota with Atlanta. That whole thing of what happened with the 28-3. I say, yo, it's gonna be a close game. They're gonna make the game interesting. It's gonna be a close game. Pats ain't gonna blow them out. Atlanta's gonna be the team to come back. Sure enough, Atlanta came back, but they failed by 1 point. It was written all over the wall. Honestly, it didn't matter what the spread was, to be honest with you. That game was going to be a close game regardless. I don't know why people thought it wasn't. I don't know why they thought it was going to be a blowout. Stop letting these records fool you. I don't really go on the records, because a lot of people tell me, oh, why do you pick this team? Why do you pick this team? I'm not basically going on the record. I'm going by the storyline. He says, nah, it's good. I'm a member, but I'm thinking like you. Well, you know what? When I send it to you, you're probably gonna laugh. Let me just say that. When I send you the picks, you'll be surprised at what you see. Let me say that. Betting on games doesn't open up until December 1st in Missouri. I can only bet on personal stats. Damn. All right. So okay. Well, damn. Well, you got one more month. Oh, you got less than a month, GG. You got less than a month. So that's good. I'm not sure if you betting on Bovada or things like that. The offshore accounts. If you have offshore accounts, which I tell people, I think you should have offshore accounts for a backup, just in case. Right? Offshore accounts, you can always bet anywhere. That's the good part about it. So he said, I'll be getting a membership on December 1st. That's what's up. But for those who are in a state where there's no betting yet, you can get an offshore account. Don't feel like they're going to gyp you. Just make sure you get the right one that has some good, fair odds, That's it. Once you get one of those like Bovadas or whatever, there's a couple of them. And you like the payout, you love you love or you like when you get the money, when it hits your account. If you like all of that shit, get your offshore account as well if you don't want to wait until sports betting becomes live in the state that you live in. But you know, like Triple G picks, his is December 1st. He's gonna wait until December 1st. He got less than a month. You know, so in case he wanted to do it now, but I think you could do personal stats, like he said. So the prop bets with him, I tell people the prop bets is always look at the people that they don't talk about when it comes to the prop bets. The Pats are beating the Bucks to bring the NFC South closer. That's what Mr. Lawrence is saying. Damn, I wish I can give my fucking opinion on that one. Pats beating the Bucks to bring the NFC South closer. And it's funny that you say that, because that win that they gave the Carolina Panthers is kind of bullshit. It's kind of bullshit. Man, that was bullshit. You know? So, yo, I'm gonna be doing some research today. For everybody that is a member, or no, not a member, but everyone that's subscribed here to this channel, you guys know I usually do write and post on the YouTube. You know, you guys can always check that out and see my thoughts on things whenever I get some information out. What else? The membership thing is on the top. Yo, the second half. Now things is about to get fun. Right? Now it's about to get real fun. So get ready, y'all. Tighten up. Like I said, I'm thinking about how I'm gonna do this league. There's some giveaways I want to give you guys and shit like that. And yo, we rocking. You know what I'm saying? We rocking. So shout out to all y'all, man. Yeah, you guys was hella dope today. I like your comments and things of that nature. Oh, hold on. That's what I meant to say. Before you guys go, I don't know when we're gonna officially do it. I think December may be the perfect time. December should be the perfect time. So you see how I go live every week? Right? Yeah, I need my music for this. Now, you see how I go live every week? For everyone that's listening, there will be one day a week, right? Let's say I go live 3 times a week, or I'm going live twice a week, whatever, right? One of those days, we will have the panel day. That's right, you heard it. We will have a panel. Me and a couple of you guys come on. We give our thoughts. Obviously, I'm giving my topic. And I need you guys' true thoughts. Your no filter thoughts. Do not treat this like this is some ESPN shit and feel like you cannot say what you don't, like you can't say what you want to say. If you feel like you can't say what you want to say about how you feel on sports or whatever the topic is, this is not the place for you. This is not the place for you. So I'm letting you know this now. If there's anybody that wants to join the panel and come up and talk, because we did the live caller thing, but I want to do the panel shit. And we all go back and forth. No scripted shit. Whatever your thoughts is on this team or this team, how you feel, who's wrong, who's right, this is the place for you. So yes, we will be having a panel. We're gonna start it next month. So anyone that when we first do, it's gonna be an open panel. The link is gonna be pinned to the top. You come in, you join the panel, be a part of the discussion, right? Give your honest opinion on whatever the topic is, right? Whatever the topic is, because that's what we're gonna do. Stick on the topic. If there's somebody that feels differently from how you feel, people can debate. That's what we need here in Rigged, Scripted, and Fixed. So I'm letting you guys know the panel is coming for sure. We're going to start that next month. It's going to start off with an open panel. People come on. give your thoughts. If you say what you gotta say and you feel like you gotta go, like, oh yeah, I gotta go, you drop down. Next person comes on. But you know, if you want to stay, talk, chat it up. Of course, I'm gonna narrate the whole shit. That's what it is. I'm gonna have the topics though, and I need you guys to stay on the topics. And whatever your thoughts are your thoughts about what you think is going to happen per player, per game, per league, whatever it is we talking about. There you go. So I had to let that be known, right? So shout out to all my guys on the chat. Shout out to everybody watching. Always hit me up. You see the Twitter right there, BFire31. If you want to hit me up on Instagram, it's BFire1. Same as the YouTube, BFire1. But BFire31 on Twitter. Right? Hit me up. Let's chat it up. It's gonna be an interesting week. I got more information. I gotta get some information on a couple of things I heard too and see what's going on. But yeah, those are my games for the week and shit like that. We should be live. What's today's Monday? Thursday we could be live. Yes, let's do it, right? Let's do it Thursday. Let's go live early Thursday. Y'all with it? I got another topic for y'all too. So yeah, right? If we do some morning shit on a Wednesday, I'll let you know. If it could be random unless some shit pops up. But yeah, Thursday we can go live and shit like that. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and stop playing. But I need to know from you: is it rigged? I don't know. Is it scripted? I don't know. Is it fixed? I don't know. You tell me. See you on the next one.